to the other, very supportive, looking out for other young women who can also take up the mantle. And so we speak to Eva Zoom very shortly. Let me start off with you. First of all, 9 years of being a judge. Unbelievable. How's it been so far?
It's a great experience. It's been really good. To be given the opportunity to be a part of a success story.
Yeah.
Very, very, very impressive. Very good.
For you, if you look at 9 years ago and now, in terms of selecting the queens or the delegates to represent the various regions, have you noticed any change, any progress?
Well, the program itself has changed. And it's always changing for the better in the sense that you have people going into development. You have the projects that they're working on getting more and more elaborate, becoming more and more straightforward, more understanding, getting more people to work with them.
Yeah.
That is a great plus. We've also realized that the people who are coming on, the ladies who are coming on, are also more, well, let me put it in a better way. Intellectually, it's improving. It's improving. So it's a great thing.
I like that you say intellectually improving. If you could just expatiate on that a bit more, especially for those who want to take part in this year. Does it mean that intellect really does play a key role? Intellect
does play a role. It's nothing to do with intelligence as in book intelligence. You've got to understand what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
You've got to know anything that's... So, for example, somebody could be asked, who is the Minister for Environment? They might not know, but they might know something much deeper in other areas. Those are the kind of things that we need to look at.
Okay.
Initially, you would have people who would have absolutely no idea about anything, thinking that when you say Ghana's most beautiful, we're talking about the outer beauty.
Yeah.
But it's not just outer beauty. That plays a part. But beauty is on the inside.
It is.
Character, knowledge, how you work with people, how you interact with people, all that plays a part in it.
I see. So once I walk in, at least I should know something about current affairs and everything else in between.
And not everything else. I mean, bits and pieces you need to understand. Look, we're in a developing country. We need to understand the kind of people who are going to be representing us as JMB. And if you're coming in to represent us, you need to have an understanding, a little bit of an understanding about what is happening. So definitely current affairs, bits and pieces here and there, very, very important.
But culture as well is also very key.
Well, culture plays a major role. That is why 16 regions, you come in, one of the main things you have to perform is doing something from your own tradition, your own culture. And it's so important because that's what defines us. You know, so you have to have that.
I see. Very interesting. And like I said, we'll be speaking to Taya, GMB Queen 2022, very shortly, who'll be joining us via... Okay, well, I'm told she's on at the moment. Taya, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good to hear from you. Which part of the world are you at the moment?
I'm currently in Tamale, actually.
Okay. Well, you look very stunning this morning. Tell me a bit about...
Thank you.
It's been what? Just about 2 years since you were crowned queen. And I'm sure you can remember your audition day. What did you do spectacularly that, you know, made them select you out of the lot?
Well, Bella, thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm really humbled and honored to be here. And it's really good to hear your voice again on New Day, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Good and I see all that you're doing.
Thank you, thank you.
So thank you, too. What I did differently, I think that made Mr. Arnold and my senior queen, Bassi, realize that this lady was very different from all the other young ladies was my preparations. A lot of times I tell people that you do not wake up one day and just decide to go into a competition if you really want to win. And thankfully, we are having this interview, so it's not late at all for that young lady out there who's bold enough to take the decision.
Yeah.
But I took over 6 months to prepare myself for Ghana's Most Beautiful.
What?
One, because, yes, I took over 6 months to prepare myself.
Wow.
One, because Ghana's Most Beautiful, obviously, is the most prestigious, is the most honorable, and it is very intensive. And so in preparing for Ghana's Most Beautiful, I made sure to contact other queens who had contested in Ghana's Was Beautiful to at least learn about the whole competition.
Okay.
And that's when I realized that you needed to be very hardworking, you needed to be very resilient, patient enough, and also very smart and intelligent as well. So even though Ghana's Most Beautiful is culture-based, it's still a beauty pageant. And as a queen, you need to have certain qualities. And I'm sure that obviously it is exuding from me, which is why by the grace of God, I'm here today talking to you.
I mean, certainly, poise, intelligence, beauty, I think you have it. But over time, I'm sure you've also built on your confidence. Now, for a lot of young women, like you said, you had to reach out to some of the past queens. I want to find out if they started reaching out to you to get some coaching skills here and there already.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Honestly, some have. Some started as early as last year to reach out to me.
Wow. Okay, they got the cue early because you started 6 months prior to that. Now, for you, what would you say has changed about you since you took part in the competition and eventually won?
Since I took part and eventually won, I think what have changed within me has been my zeal to impact. I have realized that, you know, to have the opportunity to be crowned Ghana's Most Beautiful, it's a very big deal. I think it's the biggest platform that any young lady in Ghana would ever have. And for me, having that opportunity meant I was not going to come back to Tamale to be the same Taya. What people do not know is that before Ghana's Was Beautiful, I was called Queen Taya. Like, Taya is a household name for me. So I didn't want to come back to be the same Queen Taya anymore. I wanted to be a Queen Taya who was known to impact, who was known to use the opportunity that Ghana's Most Beautiful gave her to change the narratives and change lives and people or of people in her community. I wanted to be that Queen Taya who became a role model to young ladies, not only because she won a certain Ghana's Most Beautiful crown, but because she won and decided to impact. And one thing I told myself was that after Ghana's Most Beautiful, I prayed that, you know, children sing my name as in wanting to be like me. And one time in one of my tours, I went to a school where we have children with autism, a special school. I went to do some donations to them because I heard they had not had any food for 18 months or so. And so I took it upon myself to raise some funds and get them some food. And upon arriving there, these, you know, special children had composed a song for me, you know, and I sat and remembered that this is one of the things that I said, but I said it very passively. And it's come to pass. That's because I'm using the crown well. I am impacting, and as evidently, I haven't stopped impacting even after handing over the crown.
And
it's to make sure that people understand that Ghana's Was Beautiful is not an ordinary pageant. It is one that changes lives. It is one that takes your life a notch up if you actually delve into all that you have been taught in the house.
Absolutely, and we're so proud of you. We know that the auditions will be holding in Tamale this Friday, and we're looking forward to seeing all of you ladies there. But before that, Arnold, would you be in Tamale, by the way?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So that means that you'll be there. Yes. I mean, what advice would you give to the young women who would be
Taya just hit the nail right on the head. And now, let me just quickly go back to that very, very quickly. When with her in particular, before the event even started, the audition started, what we usually do is we have a look at the girls from afar. We look at each individual one, look at their composure. She was the most composed. She was the most composed, and she was quite quiet, you know, and silence speaks a lot more. When she came on stage, I said to Bassi straight away that, look, this one is a potential to be a winner, you know, and she didn't let us down. She didn't let us down. So all the tips that she has given, anybody who is preparing to come in for the audition on Friday, take heed.
Yes, take a cue from her and, of course, other queens as well. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you.
Fantastic.
Help us select the right the right person to represent
Absolutely.
GMB and the Crown,
Absolutely.
of course. And so all the very best
Thank you
on
very
Friday.
much,
What time
Bella.
does it start, by the way?
It starts from, I think, 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yes, but go in and register now.
Yes. Go ahead and register now. And remember to appear looking very beautiful in your GTP skirt. It should be just a little above your knee. Not too short, by the way, not too provocative, but just above your knee with a white tank top. And make sure to have a hairstyle that still shows your beauty and shows your face. Not too much makeup. Come looking your real natural self because that's what the judges are looking out for. And make sure you're very, very prepared and be poised. I mean, try your very best. We're looking for someone that we can also groom as well.
Absolutely.
So don't think that you have to come looking perfect and sounding and acting perfect.
In actual fact, with Taya, and I'm sure she'll say that, when she came on, she was wearing a wig.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see her properly, so I told her to take it off.
And she did?
And she did.
Okay. Thank God you're not asking me to take my wig off at this point because I'm not sure I'm going to do that. But I think that's all time will allow. Taya, we'll definitely see you in Tamale as well, and I'm sure the ladies are looking forward to seeing you. So all the very best to you and also to you, Arnold Asafo for joining us. Taya, final words before we go. Much. Final words, final advice. My
final words, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the people of Tamale, Ghana. Thank you so much for holding me down, and thank you for continuously supporting me, and I really, really love you.
Definitely, and we absolutely love you as well. All the best to all the ladies who will be in Tamale on Friday to audition for GMB. Don't miss out. We'll also be announcing the dates for the other auditions as we move along. But we're asking this question. I mean, at what age would you want to have a child as a career woman? A lot of women are postponing childbirth till later, maybe after 35, between 35 and 45. As much as a lot of doctors say it could be safe, there could also be some health complications associated with having children much later in life. And what are these complications? We'll be talking about that when we get back. But mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the most beautiful of them all? Will she come from the north? Well, the search for Ghana's most beautiful begins in the north this Friday, the 7th of June. So if you know you're bold, eloquent, culturally informed, talented and confident, then you should make your way to the Gariba Lodge at Tamale this Friday at 8 a.m. sharp. To register, first of all, download the TV3 reality app or pick up a form at Gariba Lodge and come looking elegant in your GTP mini skirt, like I said, just a little above your knee, and your white tank top. Please don't come with something right underneath your buttocks. We will disqualify you. Right, I mean, you should see how Arnold is just saying, no. We don't want to see things. We just want you looking very beautiful, but still looking very respectable. So rep your tribe with pride at Ghana's most beautiful audition. We look forward to seeing you on Friday. Make sure to come ready to wow, of course, our judges, and Arnold will be one of them. We'll be back with more. Arnold, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Bella.
We'll be back with more. Don't go anywhere.